Okay, yesterday we talked about polynomial degree 1, right? Yeah, polynomial degree 1. What is another name for polynomial degree 1? What is another name for polynomial degree 1?
Linear.
Linear. So you know how to find the gradient, what is the meaning of the gradient, and so on and so forth. Okay, so today we want to talk about polynomial degree 2. So polynomial degree 2, we call it the quadratic function, okay? So today we want to study quadratic function. Okay, quadratic function can be written in, so this is polynomial degree 2. So the highest power of the variable will be 2, okay? So polynomial degree 2, that is quadratic function, can be written in many ways, all right? So let's start with the first one. That is, they written it in a general form. You write it in a general form. That is, y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are constant, and a cannot be 0. Can you tell me why? Why I must put the statement that a cannot be 0?
If a is 0, then it will be a linear function.
Yes, if a is 0, then it will be linear function. So a is called the coefficient of x squared. Okay, so from this general form, what are the things that you can extract straight away? You don't have to do any calculation, you straight away can tell about the property of this function. Can you know the shape of the function? Shape of the curve? Can you know the shape?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So how?
If the a is greater than 1, it will be smile curve, and no, it will be upward curve, and the a is less than 1, it will be smile curve.
Okay. You means you okay. So now if I give you like that, just now you say less than 1, more than 1, you use that. So now if I give you an example, okay, if I give you an example, Johan, please be on time for class.
Sorry.
No, if next time you are so late, then I won't admit you, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, I give you an example like that. Okay, I give you y equal to 3 minus 2x minus half x squared. Okay, now you tell me. So what is the a here?
-1/2.
Yes, so we remember a is the, when we say a here, we are referring to the coefficient of x squared. Okay, so this is your a. It doesn't matter where is the position. So this is your a. So we know that if a is greater than 0, okay, the shape of the curve If you got a lot of money in your pocket, in your bank, right, you sure smile, am I right? If the coefficient of x squared is less than 0, it can be decimal. It don't have to be 1, okay? It can be negative half. Yeah, it can be positive 0.1. It still will be a smiling curve. So the judgment is not the 1. So negative person also always give a sour face, correct? So the shape of this curve, we give it a name. If I tell you a function, the shape of the curve is a parabola. That means you know that is a quadratic function. This is the name of this shape. It's called a parabola, right? For a smiling curve, you have the lowest point. So this is the lowest point. So you have a minimum value. For a crying curve, you have this point, which is the upper limit, highest point. So this is called maximum point. So this function have a maximum value. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. So straight away, I can know the shape. So the shape for this curve is my A. Sorry, I shouldn't use red. So my A is negative half, which is less than 0. So the curve go like that. This shape. And this shape, we also have a special name for it. This one, we call it concave. If you learn physics, you will know. This one called convex. Or concave upward, concave downward. You learn physics, right? If it's a convex lens, then the power is positive. If it's a concave lens, then the power is negative. Short-sightedness wear concave lens. Long-sightedness like us, old people, wear convex lens. That's why old people are more positive than young people. Agree?
Agreed.
Agree, huh? Okay, so we can know the shape. Okay, what else can we know? What else can we know straight away without doing any calculation? So you have to know how to interpret the value of A given to you, the coefficient of x squared given to you. What does it tell you? So this is called math language. You understand or not? Okay. So if you don't take an effort to memorize this, then I cannot help you. Okay. Okay. What else can I extract straight away without doing any calculation?
The y-intercept.
The y-intercept. Oh, sorry. The y-intercept. How come you know it's the y-intercept? Which one is the y-intercept?
C.
This one. Correct? C. Why? We know, correct? If we want to get a y-intercept, we put the x equal to 0. Am I right? You see, when x equal to 0, my y-intercept, I purposely write y-intercept here. It's equal to a times 0 square plus b times 0 plus c. So the constant c there is always the y-intercept if you write in a general form. So if I give you information of a quadratic function in a general form, that means I'm trying to give you two information straight away. One is the shape of the curve. The other one is the y-intercept. Am I right? So you can extract straight away. This is straight away. You don't have to do any calculation at all. You just need to analyze. So y-intercept is equal to -½ That's why whenever we present a function to you, there is some purpose there why I put it in that form. I want you to know something straight away. One look at it, you know. How to get to know? You have to know all this property. Okay? So that is the purpose of general form. So now, from this general form, what calculation can I do so that I can find certain things? So now, if you give me a general form, I will ask myself how to find the turning point. So when you want to study maths, okay, quadratic maximum got one turning point only. Coordinate of the turning point. Okay, so who can tell me how to find?
Differentiate.
Okay. Some more? If I haven't learned differentiation?
Minimum or maximum point.
Huh? If I haven't
Minimum
learned,
or maximum point.
yeah, I know. I want to find. How to find?
Completing the square?
Completing the square. Do you think that process is easy?
No.
No. Okay, so we always go for a quick one. So how?
CTS. CTS.
Completing the square. What is CTS? I don't know what is CTS. Can you
Sorry, I
tell
don't
me?
remember, but you change the form of the
You
quadratic.
yeah, you change this form.
You change the form to other
Okay,
form.
that means you change this into this one. Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this got completing the square form. If I don't want, I don't know how to change now. It's very troublesome to change. Aha, someone have given me. Yes. Okay, so you see. So completing the square is a very difficult process. Okay. So I don't know why high school they are so particular about asking you to do completing the square. Okay, maybe there's something that they want to change. Okay, the best is always mathematician will try to come up with some formula for you to use to make your calculation easier, correct? Hello? So I ask you in maths,
Right.
correct? We provide you with formula. Is it good or bad?
Good. Because it makes things clearer for us and provides us a solution.
An easy way out. Okay, a solution. Okay. So when you go higher up, you will know how all these formula come about. So at this level, you just accept the formula as it is good for you. So bear in mind, formula is to help you to do calculation faster. So now we are going to use formula. Okay, someone had come out with this formula. Okay, if you want to know how this formula come about, when I teach you differentiation, then I will tell you how it come about. Okay, so what you need to do is, first, there is a formula for you to find the coordinate x of the turning point. So x coordinate is, you use this formula, negative b over 2a. So after you get the x coordinate, you sub into the function to obtain the y coordinate. So what do I mean by that? So I
You-
put at the side here, I give you an example, am I right? So now, so turning point, so now you may want to try first before I start. So the x coordinate is equal to turning point, or here we call maximum point. Yeah, so we are using the formula x coordinate equal to equal to negative b. What is my b?
-2.
Negative 2 over 2. What is my a?
-1/2.
Negative half. Okay, so the answer is negative 2, correct? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so then I put when x equal to negative 2, my y will be equal to 3 minus 2 times negative 2 minus half times negative 2 squared. So if you use your calculator, you will get this as 5. Am I right?
Yeah.
5. So that means I also can say the maximum value for this function, the maximum point is negative 2, 5. The maximum value is 5. The maximum value for this function is 5. Okay? So, in order to find the coordinates of turning point given the general form, I use this formula. Okay? So is this formula important? Important. Okay, what else can I find? So I know now this graph, the coordinate of the highest point is here, negative 2, 5. The y-intercept is 3. I think it should be here. So my graph should be some sort like that. I'm doing the wrong thing. My graph should be some sort like that. Yeah, here is 3, right? Here's the origin. This is my x, this is my y. So what else you can find from here? By the look at the graph. What else can you do? Hello?
The roots,
Huh?
the x coordinate.
Yeah. X coordinate cannot. Just now I got X coordinate what? -2. Do you call that as X coordinate?
X-intercept.
Yes. What do you call? What do you call that? X-intercept, correct? So be
Yeah.
very careful, Be very careful with the thing -2x. Okay. Wait, -2x minus half x squared. So I know my graph goes some sort like this. Okay, this is -2, 5. And here is 3. Here is the origin. Yeah. Okay, so this is called the x-intercept. This is one of the x-intercept, x1. There is another x-intercept called x2. All right, point A and point B lie on the x-axis and also on the curve. So how am I going to find the x-intercept? So my question is how to find x-intercept?
Substitute 0 into y.
How to find x-intercept? So that means when y is 0. When the coordinate y is 0. So you have this. So now this one in max, what do we call this? Is it a quadratic function or a quadratic equation?
Quadratic equation.
Yes, this one become a quadratic equation. So how to solve a quadratic equation? The easiest way is using
Scientific calculator.
use your scientific calculator. Everyone know how to use your scientific calculator?
Yeah.
Okay. So now can you please find using your calculator and find what is x and y, x1 and y, x2?
Okay. Give me a minute.
Okay. Can you tell me what is x1 and x2?
1.16.
Oh, 1.16. The other one?
Negative 5.16.
1.16, and the other one is negative 5.16. So you see, this is the graph, So you see there is an axis of symmetry. And to get the axis of symmetry is a vertical straight line, correct? So this is where you get your axis of negative b over 2a. And our axis of symmetry is -2 here. So that means this distance and this distance is the same. So you see, I add these two values up, the x-intercept is the midpoint. The axis of symmetry is the midpoint of the x-intercept. Is it correct? Is it -2? So this is another fact that you have to remember. Okay, now, if I don't have a calculator, scientific calculator, then how am I going to get the solution for this?
Factorize.
Huh?
Factorize.
Factorize. I don't think this one can be factorized. Am I right? Okay. If you want to factorize, let me see whether I can factorize or not. Okay, the whole equation I times by 2. So I see whether I can factorize or not. I have x squared plus 4x minus 6 equal to 0. Can you factorize? Can you factorize it? You can't. You can't factorize, correct? So then what to do?
Hold on, is it?
Use quadratic formula.
Yeah, use quadratic formula. Okay, this quadratic formula come about by using completing the square. If you want to have another method, you also can go to YouTube and search. You try to key in Portion Low. He's one of the Singapore Chinese, whereby he's in USA. He have a very different way of solving quadratic equation. Okay. So you can go. So another way is by formula. The formula, is this formula important? Anyone haven't seen this formula before? Anyone haven't seen this formula before?
No.
Everyone seen before, huh?
Yep.
Am I right? Okay, now. So this is a way to find the solution or the root using the formula. So the crucial part of this formula is which part? For this is only for quadratic equation. Other equation you cannot use this.
So is the main one b squared minus 4ac?
Yeah, yes. So this one is the determinant. So it
So
determines.
basically,
Yeah,
the real
okay.
roots, the real roots or no real roots
Or equal real
equal
roots.
roots. Yeah.
Yes. So there are 3 situations. So we have to remember, if the value for this expression is greater than 0, it implies that the quadratic equation has 2 real roots. So the quadratic equation will have 2 solutions. Like our case here. You see? Let me test for you. B squared minus 4AC. So this is 4. Okay, actually you don't have to write down this. 4 plus 6, that is 10. Greater than 0. So another situation, if B squared minus 4AC is equal to 0, it implies that equal real roots. So that means 1 solution. That means in our case here, you will have 1 x-intercept only. So if B squared minus 4AC is less than 0, no real roots. That means no solution. If the root is not real, it cannot be a solution. No solution. Okay? So that is how you get. Are you okay?
Yes.
Yes.
So that means if we want to sketch the graph, Okay, we need to know the y-intercept, we need to know the turning point, we need to know the x-intercept. That is how we get. So the purpose of writing things in a general form, this is something that you can straight away extract from it. This is how to find, means you have to do certain calculation. Are you clear? Okay, so this is one form of quadratic equation. So all these formula I give to you, important or not? Important. You have to. Okay, so now I'm going to set a question for you to try. Can we? Yeah. So I'm going to give you. Okay, I say given y is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. A. Find. Not find. Do you know why I cannot use find? I want to talk about state the value of the y-intercept. B. Find the x-intercept. If there is any. Okay. C. Find the coordinates of the turning point. State the nature of the turning point. Or I just say state its nature. D. For the domain X. Find the range. Find the range for this function. Okay. Are you doing it now? If you want, you also can sketch the graph. Can I discuss? Or you need some time? Some more time?
Can we have a little bit more time?
You need more time, huh? Okay, I give you another 2 minutes, then I will discuss. Okay, so I discuss now. As we move on, you can ask question. Okay, part A.
Part A, we're supposed to find real roots or equal roots. We
Huh?
want the real.
Find the x-intercept. I didn't ask you.
X-intercept. Oh. So
I
first
just
find
asked
the
you to.
X.
I first find the y-intercept first. So obviously, that's why I say state.
So 5. The answer is 5.
Yeah, so the
Give the
y-intercept,
step.
that's why I use the word state. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so to find the x-intercept, okay, I put the y equal to 0. I follow my understanding of how to find the x-intercept.
Yeah.
So before I use any formula to find, what I need to do is I check first.
ABC.
Yeah, I check. I do some checking first. I check first. Check. So
okay.
b squared. Yeah, I check my value of this expression b squared minus 4ac. So my b is -3 squared minus 4ac. So I got 9 minus 40. So it's less than 0. So I don't have to key into the calculator and so on already. Correct? So sometimes you just do this little step, it can straight away tell you a lot of things. So it's worth doing it. So I check already, I know already. So I don't have to key into the calculator to find the roots. And you have to know that for your calculator, correct? One very important thing. If you go to your calculator and you key in this and that, do you realize that your x1 and x2 are of the same value?
Oh, yeah.
And your x1 and x2 are of the same value. And do you realize that up in your calculator there, they put R? So this is telling you, this is the root. We use this formula, negative b over 2a plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is the real part. And for this case, this case, when you have the square root, because this one is negative 36, correct? So square root of negative 36 is not real. This is not real. This is square root of 36 times square root of negative 1. So it's 6i. So it's an imaginary root. So your calculator only give you the real part. So every time you use your calculator, you have to take note of this. That's why I purposely write it red. Are you okay?
Okay.
So check, this is very important. So, hello? So therefore, I conclude what? No solution. So therefore, no x-intercept.
We can just write that without.
Yeah. This is the proof already.
So as long as you give proof, we can write no solution and no x-intercept.
Yes.
Got it.
That is how you communicate with the person who marked your work. Okay. So C. So I find the x coordinate using the formula negative b over 2a. So I get 3 over 4. So after I get 3 over 4, I substitute into this formula. Okay, can someone give me the answer? If you have the graphic calculator, I can teach you how to get it straight away.
3.875.
Okay, 3.875. 875 will be 7 over 8, is it?
31 over 8.
31 over 8. Yeah, 31 over 8, so 324. Yeah? So 8, 31 over 8, 31. Yeah? 37 over 4, over 8, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so coordinate. So what is the nature of this turning point? 3 over 4, comma, 3 and 7 over 8 is the minimum or maximum point?
Minimum.
Maximum.
A greater than 0, smile. So lowest is the minimum
Point.
point. Okay? Got it?
Yes.
So I erase this. So when you use your calculator, you have to be very careful. They got root, but the root is not real. So it cannot be a solution. Okay, good. So now, I'm done with A, B, and C. So now let's go to part D. Okay, now, you look, if I sketch this graph will look some sort like this. Agree? Here is your 5. Here is your turning point. 3/4. And here is your 3 and 7/8, correct? So when I talk about my domain, so now I want to plot the graph from -1 to 2. So what I need to do is, I need to find when x equal to -1, what is y? Can you please find?
10.
10, I trust you, Okay, when x equal to 2, what is y?
7.
7.
7. Okay. So Miss Do extend a bit, So you see, is there an equal sign here? No, So I put a knob. Oh, sorry. I put a knob here, and here I drop down -1. Okay, so this coordinate of this point is -1, 10. Okay, when it's equal to 2, I make it a bit lower. So I redraw the graph, okay? So I make it lower. Seven is a bit higher here. So when x equal to 2, so this is 2, 7. Okay, now when x changes from -1 to 2, look, when x changes from -1 to 2, my y changes from 10, then drop down to 3/4, then go up to 7. So this will be the range. Are you clear? So therefore, the range is y. Y is a member of real number, and y lowest is 3 and 7/8. Highest
10.
is 10, but cannot have equal because your x cannot be equal to 1, -1. So that is how you get your range. Depend on the domain that is given. Domain means all the possible value for the manipulated variable. I mean the one you put on the horizontal axis. So your range will be depend on the domain given. Are you okay?
Okay.
So this domain, that means all the possible value for the object when you talk about function, and range are all the possible value for the image. Are you okay?
Okay.
So all
Range
this
is
stuff,
specifically for image. Range is specifically for image. Or
Yes.
domain.
yeah, but sometime in the question, okay, sometime in the question they say, what is the range of the value of x? Also can. So you have to look at the situation. Hello?
Yes.
So the word range means is, in this case, my range means the possible value for image. In another question, I cannot guarantee you. Do you get me?
Yes.
But usually we will say interval. Try not to confuse you.
Okay, so interval.
Okay, any question?
Yeah, Miss, sorry, I don't really understand the domain and range.
What do you mean by you don't really understand what is a domain and range?
I'm not sure what numbers you have to put for range. I don't know how what it is.
You see, when I say domain, I give you the value of what? Value of what? Yeah.
X.
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 When I say range, I give you the value of what?
Y.
That's it.
Oh, right.
So these are the observation that you have to say. You have to look. You see, range. That means all the possible value. When x change from this value to this value, my y lowest is this, highest is this. Hello?
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
Any more question?
Miss, can you explain at the range for why this symbol is different?
What do you mean? I don't get you.
The bigger than and lesser than.
Okay, look. When x change from -1 to 2, I want to find the range. That means I want to find all the possible value of y. So here I will always put the lowest possible value.
The highest possible.
And this
value,
is the highest possible.
which is
When you
10.
talk about interval, always the left-hand side is the lowest possible, the right-hand side is the highest possible.
Got it.
Yeah. When x increase from -1 to 2, the lowest possible value for y is 3 and 7/8. And the highest possible value for y is 10. So it swings between these two values. That's it. Okay?
Okay.
So this is very crucial, especially you have turning point within the domain. So the value of the range is not the value of the 2n. Okay? So can we? Okay, no more. Okay, thank you, class.
Thank you.
Miss.
Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Yeah.
Miss.
Miss.